first thing I did when I first played it is I sort of just checked around the area, and then what you have to do, and this is something I actually got stuck on for a little while, funny enough. It was one of the easiest parts, but sometimes the obvious solution. So what I did when I first played it, I climbed up here as far as I could, and I thought, well, I can't reach, I can't reach up there, I can't do anything. But all I had to do was click on this rung here, and that takes it, and then puts it in your inventory, and then you just put it there, and that makes the next rung, and up he goes. Then you repeat that, and then you take that rung and put it there, and then repeat again. And I think it's I think you just climb to the top now. And basically what we're after is the bulb. And there we go. So what I do is stretch my little body, grab the bulb, and there we go. So that's the first part of this little puzzle done. Okay. Now the next thing I needed to do, because the guy had a pointy head, so obviously that was quite obvious. So come over here and take cone. Now you can put the cone on your head straight away, but there's no real point to that, because you need to do something else first. So what you need to do first is you need to get rid of these other cones, which wasn't exactly obvious at first, and ditch them over there, and then grab the bucket of paint that was underneath the cones. Then we have our bucket of paint, so we come over to this vat here, which has got some liquid in it. And he shrugs his shoulders when he can't do something, so the simple thing was to grab the paint, pour it in, and when you can use something, it will sort of just slightly light up on the thing that you're going to put it on. Okay, so now we've changed that colour. So now we grab the cone, the broken cone, shove it in there, turns it blue. Okay, now the thing to do now is we put the light bulb on our head. That's excellent. And then grab the cone and shove that on our head. And there you go. And then obviously he needs to be tall like the other guy. So now when we pull a little lever here, the guy's going to come out and we look like him. So now he's going to lower the bridge for us. So that's really cool. There we go. Now you can't actually do anything here. When he walks across the bridge, you can see this little oil slick here. He'll slip on that and fall down below. So anyway. Cool. And there we go. Now we're on another puzzle now. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit more tricky. The puzzles in this game, most of them are quite logical. They can become, because there's so many different parts that you have to do, that's sort of like putting things together to make them work. I mean, some games like this, the puzzles were just ridiculously illogical and didn't really make sense, but everything sort of makes sense in this game, so I say most things. I mean, some things are obviously ridiculous because it's just a video game, but very good at the same. Right. So now this is what I did down here, just to see what goes on. That's a little tub full of whatever, some fruit or something that went past then. Okay, so what you have to do here is obviously get in here. So the first thing I did was I had a look around, obviously, see what I can interact with. I noticed this here on the floor, which was part of the staircase. So I take that and I reattach it to the staircase. Okay, and now we go down back down the stairs, and then this works by pushing the lever from below. So that's the first little part of the puzzle done. Okay. Alright, obviously you can see this thing here, up here, hanging up here. Now this I knew I had to get it, and this one also took me a while to figure it out. But, you know, I did figure it out in the end. So what I have to do here, now you can also shrink down, and then there's this little contraption here, see? So whenever you're within range of something, if it's high, you can go tall, if it's low, obviously it shrinks, and now I can reach across and open this little control panel here. So what you need to do now is you need to get this bar up here, where the mouse pointer is, across to this hole here. Why in a minute. So we go back down, click on that. So this, I figured out after a while, this was row 1, and A, B, C, D, E, row 2, blah blah. So you have to keep putting him down as well, otherwise. So basically, we want row 1, and it's B. Oh, sorry, I went past it then. And that's that, and then you press the little red button, and then you come to where we want to. Sorry, I made a mistake then. It's actually A2. That's the one we want. And then there we go. And that's where we wanted it to go in there. I got it the wrong way around. Right, okay. So that's that. So now we go back up here. Obviously he needs to get this, so it's quite obvious what he's going to do here. So he stretches himself up, and when you can grab something, a little arrow will appear, and you just jump up and grab it. And up he goes. And then the arrow will appear so he can move right. Now we take this. Fall back down. now this thing here. I can't even see what I think. It's just like a piece of metal. Or something like that. Anyway, now this, obviously, we just, well, it wasn't obvious at first, but just put it onto the track. You can put it on that side, but if you put it on that side, and then press the lever, the cart just goes on the track. So what you need to do is you need to just put it on the other side here, and then this time when you press the lever, the cart comes out, hits that, and spills over. So now it's just a simple case of clicking on the cart, just takes the wheels off, and then we just jump on the wheels and press the handle, and away we go to the next level. There we go. Now this is the furnace level. You get a little cutscene here, which is really funny as well. Which I love the style in this game. Because there is actually a story to it. And this is so cool the way they do this as well. Yeah, it makes it, because sometimes listening to or reading loads of boring text can be quite a chore, but they make it enjoyable. obviously we see these guys again later on in the little story. There we go. It goes back through there, and now we can start the puzzle. Now this is where it starts to get tricky. This is one of the puzzles where I actually use the hint system to get it, and even then I still had to fiddle around with it a little bit. But it was just one of those ones that didn't become clear to me very quickly.